Just a second. Just a second, I will check everything. Okay, yes, we are live now. So I will start the recording too for some maybe. Okay, let's wait about 1 minute maybe for somebody to join us and then we will start. Okay, just a second. Just 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. I will give you rights to share your screen. So hello everybody. This workshop will be about creating Tesla 3D model using the Blender, and then we will place it on one of Everscale marketplace NFT market places. So I will give the word to John. Please share with us your great experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and welcome everybody. So today we are going to create the assembly of this Tesla model that you are seeing on the screen, which has the Everscale Academy logo as the number plate. So I'll just cover how to disassemble, but there's so much that went into it, like shading it in those different colors and giving it that stylish look before now disassembling it. So I downloaded that. It's a model that I downloaded in a certain software. in a certain website called it's called Sketchfab. So, and I have saved it on my desktop. And here it is. It is in form of a in a RAR file. So I have to unzip it. Then after I unzip it, extract here, and then we'll have it source. Today I'll be using Blender version 3.0. So I'll just drag and drop it on, pin it to Blender. And when I open Blender, which takes just a few seconds, then I can go back and pin it again on Blender. So if I open it, so this is the model that I already made, but for now I want to open the new one. I want to open the one that I have not done anything to it. So I'll come here to File, Open, then I'll locate it to the desktop, Source, and then Tesla Cybertruck. So just a moment for it to load. So just a moment. Yes, it's here. It has already loaded, and we'll come back to the layout tab and just bring down these values to a smaller value that will not affect my computer. Then, as you can see, this is, if I grab G on the keyboard like we talked in the previous tutorial and previous workshop, you see it is moving as a whole object, as you can see. So the first process is to disassemble all the parts. Like this is the window. Let me go to edit mode, and the windows here should be by themselves. They should not be connected to the model. Also, I have to apply some modifiers. Let me go back to object mode and then make this panel.
Sorry, John. We don't see your screen in Blender.
Oh, sorry.
From the start, just your model. I think it's some problem with my connection, but as I can see you now, yes, now it's okay. By the way, nobody sees nothing from the start.
Oh, sorry. Let me come from the start. So I had downloaded the model from sketchfab.com. Can you see the file browser, my file browser?
No, only Blender screen.
So I downloaded the Tesla model from Sketchfab, and then I unzipped the file and then opened it with Blender. Like if I come there to splash screen, you can see it's Tesla Cybertruck SDC.blend. SDC is the guy who created this model, who is found in Sketchfab. And now the model comes as a whole. If I grab G on the keyboard and then move, you can see it is the whole body is moving. And we know very well that the vehicle has windows, it has lights here, it has this, it has so much that which are not connected to each other, they're just, which are not joined as one. They are just placed on each other. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to disassemble it and make it in different parts. So if it's the window, let me go back to the edit mode so that you can see. These are the window and the windscreen here. It's divided in so many parts by the person who created this model. So, and you can also see that this model is not, one side of this model is not appearing like the other one. The right one is not appearing like the left one. So that is because it has some modifiers. So if I come here to the modifiers tab, you can see we have a mirror modifier. A mirror simplifies work, whereby if I work on one side of the model, it reflects on the other, and it looks like I've worked on both sides. So if I disable it, you can see it's one side, but if I enable it again, you see it's a whole again. So the first thing I want to do so that it can be the same all through is by coming here to the drop down, and click apply. So if I go back to edit mode, and you can see it looks the same all the way. Nice. So I go back to object mode and do the same for we have the wheels. Let me see. We have the wheels there. So if I turn this off for this trunk, I don't know what its name is, but it connects the wheels. So if I disable it and see, you can see it also have that object mode, that mirror modifier. So I drop down and apply. So if I go back to edit mode, it is all one. Now let's look whether the legs, the wheels are the same. The wheels of the front wheel do not have the mirror modifier, but the rear wheels have that mirror modifier. So if I turn off you can see they hide. If I go back to edit mode, you can see one side is different from the other one because of that mirror modifier. So as we come here and apply, so if I go to edit mode by hitting tab on the keyboard, you can see we have now it's all one. Remember to save as you continue, which is by clicking Control S on the keyboard. Now, from there, we want to separate every wheel from the other one, every wheel from each one. And we do that by going to edit. Let's go to the front view by hitting 1 on the keyboard. And now we can see that vehicle on the front view. Then we select this one and hide it so that it can give us space. Hiding is by hitting H on the keyboard. So let's select this and then go to edit mode. Then turn on this X-ray mode, toggle it. And because we have all these, the whole of this selected, we hit P, we click P on the keyboard and hit P is a shortcut for separation. So I hit P and you can see it's separation. Then you separate by selection because I've already selected that left wheel like that. Then I go back to object mode and turn off the X-ray. But you can see if I rotate, the pivot is not where it's supposed to be. So let's add. So I need to make sure the origin of this wheel it is where it's supposed to be, at the center of the wheel. So I come here to object, set origin, center of mass. So if I rotate, it's rotating at the center. Then I do the same to this one. You can also click W on the keyboard, then set origin to center of mass. Now we are done with that one. So now let's go to the rear wheels. Let's go to the front view or the back view. The back view is control 1. You remember the front view is 1 on the keyboard, but in this case we go to control 1 and go to the rear side. So I hit tab on the keyboard, and in this case all of them are selected by, if you can see, they are highlighted in that orange color. So I'll turn here over the X-ray mode. Then I will hit B on the keyboard and then left click and drag like that. Then hit P on the like that, and the same here, P, as simple as that. Then turn off the X-ray mode, tab. So we have all this, the two of them in one side and the two of this in one side. So I also want to separate them to be individual. So in this view, we cannot separate them very well. So we need this view. This view is the side view, which is, you can get it by clicking hitting 3 on the keyboard, then going back to edit mode, and then toggle the X-ray mode and select one, hit P on the keyboard, selection, then P on the keyboard, selection, and then if I go back to the object mode and turn off the X-ray mode, you can see now we have individual wheels. That's an individual wheel and individual. And we do the same for this one. And because this one was number 3 on the keyboard, to see the left side view of this Tesla, we want to go to the right view by clicking Control 3 on the keyboard. And having the two wheels selected, we go to edit mode and toggle X-ray mode. Then select the whole wheel, click P on hit P on the keyboard and separate. Do the same for this one, then P on the keyboard, separate. Then go back to tab, which is going back to the object mode. And now every wheel is individual. Now the only problem is that their origins are not where they're supposed to be. What we're going to do is hit Shift on the keyboard and select all of them. Select that one, and that one. Then W on the keyboard, set origin to center of mass. So if I come here if I rotate them, Z, you see they are rotating on where the origin are supposed to be. And that's very good. So yeah, we've continued. Now, you can see we have the shocks, or these springs. They are a whole object as one. So we also need to separate them. And for us to separate them very well, we need to go to the top view by hitting 7 the keyboard, then going to object mode by hitting tab on the keyboard, then toggle X-ray. Then let's repeat that process in each and every spring. Repeat this process until you are through. Once you get it, it becomes very easy, and in fact you enjoy the process. But before you get it, you might wonder. Then go back to the edit mode, and because you have all of them selected, you hit W on the keyboard, then set origin to center of mass. So all of them have origin on center of masses. So each object is individual apart from this one. We go back to the top view by hitting 7 on the keyboard, or this Z here. Then tab, then toggle the X-ray mode, and as usual, P, select, P, separate like that. Then W, center of mass. So everything now, as we speak, is in individual origins. So then now we want to unhide the objects that we hit by hitting Alt on the keyboard and H. So we have the model here. So if I grab and you see it here, it is. Now we want to separate the parts of this Tesla model into different parts. So tab on the keyboard, then hit. We want to start by these windows. So shift, then select, and so on, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Then P on the keyboard, selection. Then go around. You remember we are navigating by the middle mouse button and moving the mouse. Shift, select, right by right clicking, then P on the keyboard, then select, like that. That is very good. Let's do the same for this one. Like that, like that, like that, like that. Then P, selection. Very nice. You see, we are doing very well. For this one, I want to, then this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Then P, select. Then this one. You can also hit Alt and you have selected the whole of it. P on the keyboard, select. Then Alt, P on the keyboard, select. We are going so well. Alt, P on the keyboard, select. Alt, P on the keyboard, select. So then we can also do the same for these ones to have as many materials as possible so that our assembling will look nice. I suspect that today they look nicer than the one that I've shown. Then let me show you what I'm talking about. Images as planes, then shadeless, then videos where I have a skill education. Let's take a look at this. RX90, Z90, Z, then texture. Then if I play 1, 3, matcap. Let me reduce the frames to around 160, so that you can see it as it loops. This is what we want to do. So we need every part to be different. We need every part to be independent so that it can now move on its own. So let me delete that one. Having a video on the screen on the software makes it lag. So let's continue. Tab, let's work on the door, Alt on the keyboard, and we have already selected the whole door. P, Alt again on the front door, P, selection P, then also the same for the left side, P, Alt, P, like that. That is so cool. Now let's do for this one, shift, then it's Control 3, Control 1, so that you can see the behind. That is P. Then Alt again, no. Shift Alt, then P, selection. Tab. Today we will not use, but that is just remain there. Then we have this one. I don't know what part, what to call it, but Shift Alt, then Alt, another Alt there. 1 so that you can see it very well. Then Shift, then P on the keyboard selection, and the same here. Alt, P on the keyboard. I think that's enough for now. And because it's just a demonstration, you don't need so much. So let's select everything and W, set origin to center of mass. And we have everything. Let's delete this. They are called empties. And we have different objects now. You see that one. Also, we could also just a bit 7 on the keyboard. Then this one will select them. That P selected, that is the rear part. The center. Then we have the center part, P, and then we have the front part. Now we have a Tesla model car here. We should be very happy about that. And we have then A on the keyboard to select everything again, then W, set origin, center of mass. Very good. So if I scale on individual origins, you see everything is scaling down on its own. Now, having all of this selected, we hit M on the keyboard to move them to one collection. Then we hit M, then hit new collection and call it Tesla. Tesla move like that. Like that. Then Shift A on the keyboard and add a plane. You see there's a plane here. And then M on the keyboard, then move it to another collection and call it fall off or effect. Let's call it like that. So if I come here, I'll find something called effect. If this is a collection, then if I select, we have our print selected. Now we are through with the first part of disassembling the car. Now we want to make that animation. We want that animation now to happen. So we have a new engine in Blender, which we'll call, I don't know what to call it.
Sorry, we have some connection problems. Please wait for John. Some connection. Okay, John, great. You are returned. Great. Maybe we have some connection problems, but not a problem. We are waiting for you.
Nice. So yes, we have, let me
Yes.
Nice. So we were at a point, do you remember, I don't know where the connection went off, but the last point I made was that we are through with the first part of disassembling the car. Am I right? Did you get that one?
Yes.
Nice,
You can
nice,
continue.
nice. So I was saying that we are using a new, something that will introduce in the new versions of Blender called geometry nodes. So I go to geometry nodes. Then I like using matcap random, so that every object on the scene can have a random view. Then we can have maybe studio. That's good. That's cool. So having that plane selected, we come here and click new, and you see we have a modifier that appears here. It's a modifier, not an engine. It's a modifier, but it's so big that you can confuse it with the powerful thing. It's so powerful. So we have having that selected, then we'll come here and add and type collection info. Then we delete this one. Then add the Tesla move there. And you see the Tesla move becomes selected. Then click separate children. And that is very good. So come here to Shift A and add self position. Set position node, and bring it there, so I can now move like that. So I need to disable to hide this one, so that if I move this one, you don't have two Teslas displaying themselves, because we have two collections. Now if I move through using these values, now I want something to control this movement of these objects on this stuff. So Shift A on the keyboard, then search for something called Shift A, then go to the utility. You can search here if you know the name of that node that you want. Then come to utility and click random value. Random value, connect it to there. So if you can now see that we are having, let me join this. I don't think we need that. If I move that one up, you can see we are starting to get to what we want. So minimum like that. So I want to add something also here to control this. In between, because these are not enough to control the movement. So I hit Shift on the keyboard to add, Shift add. Then I go down to the vector, then vector map, like that. Then we have add here. I want to use multiply. So we come to here to multiply. So if I move that way, you can see now I can control not from here. I cannot control from here. Now I can just control from here, which is a good place to do that. Now I want to add another one here in between, which is by hitting Shift A on the keyboard and going to utility and math node, this math, like that. So you can see if I click that one, it's going randomly in any direction. It does not go up and down. So I clamp so it cannot move so much. So we want a node to tell this object that it will be moving from up to down. Let's type there 0. So we come here to Shift A, or just come here to add, but I like using Shift A. Add utility, then use map range, like that. So having that selected, you can see we are going just even if you can look at these numbers, even if it drags so much up to 100, that is the farthest that it is going. We don't like that. We remember to save by hitting click yes on the keyboard. Now, to max here, we want to multiply here 2 by maybe 3. Let's multiply by 3. So if I move up, you can see like that. It's cool. It's cool. You can see how cool it's becoming. But now we want it to. You can see. I like using here 0. Let's use the value. Using this one, we have it there. And you can play with the seed. You can take so much time here trying to play with this. Then we can increase there. Like that. So I went ahead. That node is already enough for making that to happen. But now we want to like that position offset. So we can do the same for Shift A, then set position is type set scale. Set rotation, not that one. Let's go back, Shift A, then input. Then I want to let me benchmark with the previous Cybertruck that I had made. So let's take a look. I want to play with the scale of this object. And then here we have to need to change to smoother step. So if it's moving in a more smoother way, more smoother manner. And we can also do something else, Shift A, and add color ramp, and add there. No, there. So then is to make that movement smoother. Then add another one, and maybe come and write 1.1, enter, and up. So if I move it, I move this down, you can now play with this one, or you can just remove it. Let's see. you can see there's a certain movement, and if I multiply this one times, let's say 6, and move the value up and down, let's set all of this to 0, and like that, this one to 0. So we can increase this one. We can play with this one as many times as possible as we may wish. So, well, so there's something I'm looking at, a certain value. So we come here to the previous, to a model, and click Shift A, scale instances. That is the term I was looking for. Just click this one. If you see a red line, just know that you have placed it in a wrong area. So, oh no, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Just bring it here. Set scale. Then duplicate this one, Shift D, and set to scale. So set 0. And so let's make it this one. And then here, the problem that we are seeing, we are experiencing here is because we have, let me show you what we are going to do. We delete all of this. Then from here to value, come to the value to value. Then if I bring it down to 0, you can see it's going the opposite direction. So from up to down, we have a problem. It's supposed to do the other way around. So we come here and write 1, then 0. We interchange these values. That is very nice. So you can see our object is going from up. If you see that, you increase the seed, and there we have, let's assume, nice. So we have already achieved what we wanted, and let's see, it's getting from, we want to do the same for the rotation. So we come here to Shift A, then search for rotate instances, like that. Then if you rotate instances, you come here to this, you duplicate a map range, duplicate this map range, then value to value, and this one to rotation. So if we go back, you see our model is, but you don't want it to rotate so much. So We can minimize that. We can say from 1 like that, so it does not go so much. It does not rotate like that. That one is natural, that one is organic, and there we have our model. So we save our project, and the next step, what I'm thinking of doing, I've realized that they are going from the left side, which I don't know. So we can I want to lock it to the I think that is the rest depends on where our pivot our model was when we were bringing it. So we assume that our model is coming from that. Now I want to animate this movement. So I make sure I come here and right click, then horizontal split. Then I come here, the drop down, and hit timeline. So I turn this auto keying on, and then go to a frame like 100 or a frame like 80, then increase the value until we cannot see our object disappears like that. Then having selected this node, come here and our cursor hovering on that value, hit I on the keyboard or right click and add keyframe. Then go back to the first frame and come here and type 0 on the keyboard. So our object goes. So we can bring this one to this side to around 160 and shift D. No, then shift D and bring it to this side. So let's do that. It's too slow. Animation is going too slow. So we reduce the nice. So I want to make this animation stylish by going back to the adding something we call a color ramp. That one will make it, but I think time is not on our side, so we already have the animation. So like that. Now let's go back to the layout mode, and if I keep playing my animation, you can see we have everything. And I want a flow for this object, this car. So hit Shift A on the keyboard and add a circle, then S to scale it. Then remember to turn off the auto keying. Then hit Tab on the keyboard and hit F. So we have a flow. So we can play with it. Tab, then E, then extrude. It's a bit to make it look stylish. Then A, Shift, no, then Alt, E, S, G, Z, E, Tab. Then W on the keyboard and shade smooth. Then add another modifier called edge split to remove that the view you are having. Then let's keep it random in studio. Then to make sure you see some details, add a shadow, add ridges, valley. Then if I play the animation, so I want us to place our camera here. So our camera could be viewing the way we are viewing, like that. So I'll come to add, then add camera. Then having this view, hit Control Alt 0. Then Shift in the, I don't know what, you can hit G on the keyboard to move, to adjust the camera if it's selected. Come here to the camera, viewport display, and have it that way. So then let's adjust the focal length and G. So we have animation here, like that. Like that. So let's do a bit of animation. We come here to the animation tab, then matcap, random, and add some ridges to help you see the cavity. Then hit O on the keyboard to view through the camera view. Do the same for this one, matcap, random, then cavity. And this is the camera. This is how the camera is viewing. We want to add a simple animation that on the camera. So we assume that this one is now we have this camera and we want it to orbit around that spot. So we come here and add the rotation and the move. Then come here and add 3D cursor like that. So if I move it, it is moving, it is rotating around, orbiting around like how the Earth orbits around the sun. So add a keyframe, then I on the keyboard and hit location and rotation. Then go back to the first frame to around this frame and like that. Then go back to individual origins, adjust it like that. Then pull it this way. And then we have a model like that. Nice, nice, nice. You see, we have, we can make an animation to, let's go back to the 3D cursor, to rotate so much that we are so happy. Nice, nice, nice. So go back to individual origins, then adjust some animation, some keyframes there. You can play with it like that. Then you can also animate the focal length. So if you have that focal length there, animate it there. Then at this point you can then that this one, then like that. That. Let's start at frame 15. For animation to start at frame 15. Like that. So okay. Then let's prolong the animation. Let's prolong this side. You can play with it at this moment. After you have done all that, it's upon you what you'll be satisfied with. it depends on what you like, what your preferences are, and you can just adjust. You have control of this stuff at this moment. So I think I've done what it's done, and you can come here and adjust. If someone, I can give this project file for someone to follow along with this video so that it can be very easy. But if you follow along with even a different object, you can achieve great results. So yes, I feel that I'm done. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are we ready to place it on NFT Marketplace? Yes.
Yes, sure. So for this model that I've already made, there's
Okay.
the parts that I have not covered is like shading it and giving material. It is another whole 1
Okay.
hour.
And understand. Okay, yes. So thank you very much. The first, and yes, now we will place it on NFT Marketplace. Just for beginners, NFT marketplaces are
Yes.
platforms where NFTs can be stored, displayed, traded, and in some case minted. I mean, you can create your own NFT, NFT, sorry, and place it, sell it, and maybe get some real money. So today I will now share my screen. Okay, just a second. Yes, it's Grand Bazaar Marketplace on Everscale, previously on Triton, now it's on Everscale. Here you can look for different other pictures, animations, and so on. You can buy them, you can sell them, and so on. It's one of good marketplaces in Everscale network. But now we will create our own NFT and place it for some of errors. So I have already registered there. To register there, you need just to have extra tone plugin, or you can register there with your social network. But to mint, create, you need your wallet, because creating NFT need some of errors. And for example, in Ethereum blockchain network, you need more funds than you need in Everscale networks. You will see now it. Let's it's our profile. Let's press create. Now I will upload. Just a second. Yes, I will upload animation file. Let's wait. Okay, you can see now it's here. Now we can create, choose existing collection. By the way, first we will put it on marketplace. Just a second. And we'll write a price. Just a second. Some problems, maybe, don't know. Sorry. Okay, fixed price. Sorry, just a second, maybe some problems with browser. I will reload the page. Sorry.
Yes, no problem.
Yes, sorry, let me close other windows. Maybe it's the problem. Sorry, just a second. Okay, one more time. I will close now all the process on my computer, maybe because of this. Okay, so now I will write a price about 3,000 tons crystals. You should know that in NFT world there can be different price for different things, but let's be it 3,000 tons crystals, and maybe yes, something like this. Then we can read. Also, we can make discounts in future. Okay, let's create new collection. Or maybe, no, we cannot. So first, let's write the title. So I propose something like Everscale Academy Tesla. What do you think, John? Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes, okay.
Tesla, yeah.
Okay. So description, let's do it something like rocket car from just a second, from John. Yes, I think it's okay. Just a second. I will also do from John to make Everscale Academy great. Something like this. And great. First Tesla car. Okay, let's do like this. So then we can set some royalties. Royalties, it means how much we gain for each sale of this artwork. So I prefer not to set some royalties. What do you think, John? It's up on you, by the way, because it's your work mainly. Okay, as you can see, we can make different royalty. So let it be 3%. I think it's enough. What do you think, John? Need we to make it bigger or lesser? What do you think?
Yeah, royalties. Let's see. Let me. I think 5.
5. Okay, 5. So then we need to choose collection or create new. Let it be Everscale Academy, something like which Everscale Academy cars, maybe. Don't know. Maybe just like no. I mean, it will be name of collection. Maybe we will make more cars in the future. Collection URL. Let it be Everscale. No, it's to Everscademy, something like this. Let it be something like this. We will choose avatar later. Maybe yes, we will choose. We can. This parameter can be changed, so we will upgrade them later. Let's be. No. It can be. So we need to upload some avatar. Okay, let it be. Just a second. I will do it. Just a second. Let it be something like. Let it be our logo. Okay. Okay. By the way. Okay. And collection cover page. Okay. Let it be something like this. To be honest, I forgot about that we need images, but not a problem. We'll make it like this, and maybe then we will change. Okay, description of collection. It's optional. Let's be like this. Okay, so now I set the price. I set everything. I do it before loading the model because maybe it's the reason why it start loading slowly, because model is great and it needs some. Okay, I will load it now one more time. Hope everything. Okay. So now we're ready to upload it. Title Everscale Academy Tesla. Yes, will be something. Okay, now I press create item. We are waiting for minting process, and maybe Grand Bazaar will ask me to submit the transaction in Everscale blockchain network. Let's wait for it. Let's wait. As we see the message, it says as don't close or refresh in the window. The process may take up to a minute.
Right.
Yes, let's wait. Okay, let's wait. Hope everything will be okay. Maybe we need to submit something there. Okay, don't see. Oh, yes. To address. Just a second. So as I can see, 2 tones. I mean 2 hours. Sorry. So as I can see now, about 2 hours. We pay about 2 hours. So I think that the process is soon will finish, I hope. So okay, and yep. So, and finally it's happening. We create our NFT. As you can see, we pay for this about 4 hours. By the way, why we need to pay this? Because all images and all information about this NFT is storing on blockchain, and to transfer information we need some gas, and this gas costs some hours. That's why we need to pay for it. So great, now you can see our Tesla model on Grand Bazaar marketplace. By the way, everybody who's seen us now can buy it, this model, because it's the first animation in our Scale Academy. And big thanks to John, really big thanks, because he's the creator of this model. He did it and put our logo of our academy. So I think for this day it's enough, because we are talking more. We have this workshop more than an hour. We are briefly talking. We briefly explored the main idea on NFT marketplaces, especially Grand Bazaar. In next workshops, we will tell more about marketplace, what it is, and how you can place, how you can did something for this. Because in this you see that it's very, very easy to place your art, to place something you create, and place it for some price, and maybe somebody will bought it. And by the way, we can see address of this transaction in blockchain to prove you that all this data stored in blockchain, not just on back of this website or in some centralized database. It's stored in blockchain. Okay, it needs some time to load, but I think we can just end now. So thank you very much, everybody who come. Thank you very much for watching our workshop, and big thanks to John for preparing all this stuff and share with us this great model. Thank you. And
thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you very much. And so in the end, subscribe to our channel. You can find our different workshops now and in the future. And there you can find some contact details, how to enter our academy, how to create, teach, and learn something with us. So please subscribe and like us and so on. Thank you very much.